That was very mysterious. At the same time, good, because it was beginning to. In fact, it was pretty funny. Fraudrin screamed, "So unfair." That's my line! How unfair is it that the Ten Commandments are this powerful? That's the unfair part, so it's only logical that exists a story-breaking power for the heroes. Although I, for one, actually begins to wonder if Merlin really is one to trust. Then again, the mystery about Merlin just keeps getting stronger and stronger. First it was Meliodas, now it's Merlin. But it's clear it's more to her than we meet the eye. But it was also confirmed that she was not human. Hi for those who are watching, it's me, the Angry Anime Fan, the Despair Reviewer, to bring you latest chapter of Nanatsu no Taizai, 191. We see a little bit more about everything, as each chapter begins with, of course, Merlin being Merlin, and Hauser then takes a bullet for her from a very dangerous attack that robs him of his senses, but Merlin somehow cures him. And it's then that Merlin fires a destructive beam that destroys one of the masks that of Greylord, but surprisingly the commitment does not affect her. Again, it's actually another reason, but again, how does this commandment really work? And also, how could Merlin blow off a mask? Again, there was a mistake introducing that power level gimmick, because a lot of people say that power levels is the only way that others can win, but sometimes it's shown that that's not always the case. So how could Merlin, who only have a power level of over 4,000, hurt someone who had a high power level as Grey Lordo? Well, I don't care anyway. Then again, it turns out that the reason for that is not affected by her power is actually for many reasons, more than one. First of all, she notes that the power of the "Thou shalt not kill" robs the essence of time from a person. However, Merlin describes her time as infinite. And then she begins to platter about everything. It's clear she's the sin of gluttony. Sometimes we thought she's the sin of greed or sin of, lust. But the thing is, her gluttony is mostly because of she hungers for answers, and that's her hobby. She only wants to get every single answer there is, but human life is not infinitive. So she has somehow stopped her time. That's why she doesn't age. And that is her magic power, infinitive. It's a magic power that as long as she herself doesn't allow it, it's infinite. And that is also in regard for anything else. The reason why this ice magic works so strongly is because of her infinite power. It freezes something for eternally, and it will still be eternal until Merlin itself decides to cool it down. The same with fire. It's truly a breaking power that it's about time something should come from the heroes. And it's pretty hypocritical that it's Fraudrin who screams that it's so unfair. That is so hypocritical. The Ten Commandments powers are the ones that are unfair. But still, they are also criticizing the fact that no matter how strong of a sorcery that is, the Commandments powers are not mere magic spells, but powerful curses that the Demon Lord himself created. So then Merlin reveals another reason why the commandment did not work on her. Actually, she was petrified, but she managed to break free because, well, she just used her natural resistance to it. Simply because she has a real identity. Her real identity is that of someone called Belialian, or is this, how do you say this one? Is this the right word? Belialin's daughter. Someone that sends the commandments, Fraudrin and Greylord, into a huge panic. She then says her real name, but we cannot hear it. And it sends them even further in a panic, and surprisingly Greylord decides to split apart. It's also worth noting that now that people begin to call Greylord a he again, but I don't care anymore what kind of gender that creature was. So Merlin captures Greylord somehow with an endless world and locks the Ten Commandments of Thou shalt not kill into a little flasks, and so it will become her experiment. Well, it better. If they can find a way to break these commandments with that, it's better. It's good enough. However, it's also worth noting that she sent half the castle, if not all the castle, along with them. She seems to have no regards for destruction, does she? Then again, it's now perfectly clear what her sin of gluttony means. It's because she hungers for knowledges that are seemingly non-existent nor but at the same time also non-reachable or anything else, and she's immortal in a different way than Bun. Bun is pure immortal, and I guess that explains why the Ten Commandments "Thou shalt not kill" didn't work on him, because as thou cannot kill robs people of time, Bun's time is endless, seeing is immortal. But Merlin, well, she simply has stopped her time. She cannot age, nor grow sick, nor grow old. But Belial's daughter, who is that? Who is that indeed? It's known that she's a friend of Meliodas for a very long time. I think the connection lies somewhat there. Maybe Belalin was some kind of demon, or maybe a goddess. In fact, Belalin is that a man or is it a woman? Who knows? But I think there lies a key in that. If it was a goddess, then that just further answers the question. But if it was a demon, who knows? But they panicked, which means Belalin is most certainly a very high, powerful person. Next week's chapter is called "My Sword, My Shield, and to Protect Again." Same title as the previous one. Whatever that means is that there's only one commandment left in this castle, defeating him, and they have won this battle. Please do it. It was about time the commandments got defeated. Give me your faults if you have any.